There is a circle in the middle of six giant statues. Once again, y'all better run.
I'm gonna loot. I'm gonna loot the corpse.
Go.
Harshnag will also come through the portal.
Riffling through the corpse's pockets.
It's like,
Come on,
I don't know
dude.
how
you can.
I mean,
So
eat it.
the corpse is wearing a giant golden breastplate. It's got a huge morning star, and there is a rune-inscribed circle carved into the floor that he is on top of, and that is also covered in ice.
I'm gonna take this badass looking necklace he's wearing, because I want it. So I'm gonna grab the golden thingy.
It's a golden
Can I-
breastplate, so it's armor.
And I'm going to steal
Can
the
I
giant golden armor.
Can I investigate the statues?
You can. They are giant,
Preservation.
life-size statues of each of the different giants.
Can I like roll investigation to look like more closely at them?
You can.
Come on.
They are statues.
Okay.
I'm gonna do one. Hang on. I'm gonna do one.
I'm gonna look at this one.
Investigation. Am I right or am I right? What's my investigation?
That helps.
Nothing.
These are definitely statues.
Let's try an
Can I
investigation.
detect magic on them?
The lantern is magical.
I was
But-
gonna say, shouldn't Kaylin's detect magic spell still be running?
No, because she lost concentration for
Mr.
doing
Voice in the-
polymorph.
Mr. It's the investigation.
These are statues of giants. They don't seem to have any purpose beyond lighting the room.
That's cool.
So,
Can I investigate the body to see if there's like any sign of how he died, or is it just?
He has been stabbed in the back.
Oh,
But maybe somebody should examine this rune circle that the dead body's laying on as I try to pry off this huge hunk of gold.
I think he didn't die specifically here. I think he was moved. Because, I don't know, it seems a bit too sinister that he died right in the middle of this.
And that, but somebody should probably take a look at this. Like, okay, I think all of us should get together.
I
roll this
died
diagram.
here.
Wah!
Thingy.
Trust me,
Oh no!
I died here.
You did.
Give your golden breastplate.
Whoa. Well, you can't get much more of a good testimony than the victim telling you he died here.
Hey,
Yes,
dude.
So you can tell from his ghostly form and his body on the floor that he was a cloud giant. My name is Igor.
Nice to meet you, Igor.
My
Your golden
father.
breastplate.
Yes, you can have my breastplate. I'm not using it anymore.
Yeah, I told you he's dead. He don't need it anymore. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, good luck with the giant armor.
It's a giant hunk of gold. Are you guys seriously saying you're not interested?
You there,
She hasn't died.
Frost Giant, help her with this. And Harshnag will come over and crouch next to and unclip the armor from him. And as he hands it to you and you take it, it shrinks so that it would now fit you.
That's
That's
pretty
not
cool.
fair.
That's
And then-
awesome. Thank you so much, dude.
And as it shrinks, you notice that it also reforms to fit you. Because
Titty holes.
Iagon is not a dude. Why have you come here?
Some real bad
don't
shit
even know
going
the-
down with the giants.
We have come seeking guidance on what is happening with the giants currently.
Ah,
I'm supposed to have cake.
Something that's broken for the something, so all the giants are really pissed off.
I completely forgot the thing broken. No, I forgot that. I was like, there is thing. Something is broken.
I fucking know. For fuck's sake.
I'll make
Okay. So
What kind of awesome upgrades do I get with this really cool new golden breastplate that I am literally putting on in front of everyone because it's awesome?
it is a +2 breastplate.
+2 of what?
Is there anything that's in the corpse?
So Chupa, as you apparently just strip off and put on the new breastplate, you get a.
I have a shirt on underneath. It's not like I showed them all my titties.
Hey, you've done it before.
True.
You get a breastplate of +2.
Your armor class goes up, right?
And so your armor class is now 18.
If it's +2?
Technically, it's only +1 from what your armor was before.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what a breastplate of +2 will do if, as you take off the chainmail and put on the new breastplate. It's a lot lighter than it was.
Harder for you guys to hit me. Haha.
Is there anything else on the corpse?
Iagon will point out that he also had an opal in his hand.
Oh, can I have the opal, please?
By all means.
Alright, I'll grab the opal.
You pry open his frozen right hand, and there is a triangular fire opal that measures about 3 inches on each side and is half an inch thick, and a fiery rune shimmers within it. It looks basically like the very similar to the ice shard,
Ooh.
except fire, and it's slightly warm to the touch.
Ooh, oh, this feels quite nice.
it's a hand warmer.
I'm gonna
It's a
put
helpful, guys.
ice shard out of the bag and show it to Igor.
Ah,
Is that full? This thing that I found?
They're very similar, yes. That would be an ice giant. That's an ice rune, and this is an ild rune.
Ooh.
The I don't know what the ice rune does, but the ild rune allows you to ignite objects. It allows you to. It gives you resistance to cold damage while you hold it. You can extinguish any open flame within 10 feet of you. And then you can transfer its abilities to a non-magical object, either a weapon or a suit of armor. It takes some time, but at the end of that, the opal is destroyed and the weapon or armor becomes magical.
Cool.
Oh,
I
wow.
would assume that the ice rune does similar things, but from ice rather than fire.
Nice. Cool. I'm just gonna start shaking it wildly up and down to see if I can get it to do anything.
I can just
Snow
picture that.
starts pouring out the end. Just
It explodes.
Did you just?
It explodes,
I
killing
think
everyone in a 45-mile radius.
I just jacked off the rock. I'm not gonna lie.
and if you are here
What
seeking,
I'm told about this, well, there is basically a ghost giant here, so we
We have just like I am assuming you are the oracle of which we have come here to see.
no, I
Right,
was here to
I-
see the oracle
That is-
Okay.
when my
Yeah.
father murdered me.
Well, we all have problems with our parents.
Sorry,
Yes.
your dad murdered you?
Yes, my evil,
Ah,
my father. I was here to, or we were here to. Um, he was here because he wanted to find out the best way to win the respect of the gods and bring glory to the storm giants.
up with that, didn't he?
And the oracle told him outright that he would never do that. The oracle then urged that I step out from his dark shadow, and he murdered me. So
Oracle couldn't tell him to leave the room first and then be all like, yo, watch out for your dad. He's going to murder you because he's a son-murdering asshole. Maybe go out this back door. Like a dick.
Well, I don't think the oracle has a back door.
I don't know how to break this to you, Trooper, but there's only one way in this room.
Seems like it.
Oracle. If he's an oracle, he should have found a way to stop this kind of shit from happening. Like, he just stood there and he's all like, okay, dad, with the massive weapon, just so you know, you can't have what you want, but your son, who's more awesome than you, who's smaller and can't fight you right now, is going to get everything you want because he's alive.
Well, I tried to
but,
fight him.
Don't kill him. Oracle sounds like a dick.
But the oracle is here.
Okay.
Oh. The oracle is
Yeah?
who?
Who is the oracle?
Under my body, there's a circle.
Alright.
Okay.
Time to drag his body.
Could you? I mean, if you could move me.
Hecaton? Could you... Hecaton?
I
Hecaton.
can body over.
Harshnag.
Harshnag will move the body of
To move the body.
Iagon.
While we're doing that, who's your father? Who's your father?
Who's your daddy?
Who's your
Just
Lose does not say that.
Blagothus.
I'll leave it for...
Blagothus.
That's an interesting name.
Happen to fly around in a giant tower that looks like a phallus, would he?
He has a giant castle that he flies around.
Singular wizard-looking tower that kind of looks like a dick.
No,
It was Saffron, whatever his name was.
Different giant then.
different.
Different giants.
So yes,
We've
this.
met so many giants. I'm having a hard time keeping track.
Yes, so many. I mean, I've just got to see
So do any of you speak Dwarven?
Don't think so.
Nine.
I don't think so, no.
Nope. I speak Gnomish. I speak Druidic.
Orc.
Draconic.
I spoke Celestial.
I speak none. I speak Draconic, Elven, Orc, or Sylvan.
Do any of you speak Giant?
Nope.
Nope.
No. I didn't know
I
that
mean,
thing.
There's kind of a big
He's
guy
on
in the room
Tuesday.
who might speak
Aye,
giant.
Harshnag does speak Giant. Iagon does speak Giant. So there is a 20-foot mithril inlaid circle inscribed with the Conch rune.
Did you say mithril?
Mithril. And then the words around the edge that say something in Dwarven.
What, literally the word something, or just...
You can't make it out because none of you
None
speak
of us speak.
Dwarven.
None of us speak Dwarven, so we have no idea.
So it says something.
Something,
Actually, do
literally.
any of your other languages share the Dethrak?
Don't know what that means.
Basically, are any of your languages that you do speak, do they write in the same language? I am going to check.
I doubt Celestial does, no.
I think
Speak Orc and
possibly
Infernal.
Gnomish shares Dwarven alphabet.
I am trying to pry the mithril out of the floor with my sword.
Would you stop that?
He's not using
Oh, yeah,
it.
that's-
I'm just gonna sit next door to this fire giant lookalike and just like say, just lean on him.
If you stand in the circle and ask your question, the oracle will answer, but be careful, you only get 6.
We only get 6 questions.
Questions each, or 6 questions for the group? Whoever answer 6 questions in eternity.
The oracle will answer 6 questions a day.
Okay.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Oracle! Mr. Dude, you around?
Primordial. Does anybody speak Primordial?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Orc, Goblin, or Gnomish?
Gnomish.
Orc.
Okay,
I'm quite fluent in Gnomish.
I'm an
For good
orcish.
reason.
all of those people that just answered, the Deathric is the Dwarvish script, and it reads, "Ask your question and know truth."
Ask your question and know truth.
And know
Is
truth.
Is that what it says?
That is what it reads.
Okay. Well, I was just asking because I have no idea.
So we get 6 questions. My first question is,
Shall we go, like...
spell to make Luz fall in love with me.
What the fuck?
What? How does that serve any purpose?
Yeah, and we don't want to waste
It
these
serves
questions,
my
by the way.
purpose.
Are we going to be doubting
Basically.
It just sounds like you're far from Aladdin.
Feel like I just heard the Oracle heave a huge sigh.
Are you inside the circle and ask that?
Yes.
One of the lanterns flickers and goes out. And a loud,
Oh, I see.
booming voice fills the room and speaks in a language you can't understand. And Harshnag just face palms.
It tells me it wasn't a good answer.
The Oracle says that there are spells that will make people like you, but it can't teach you them. You have to learn them on your
That's
own.
no fun. You want her to love me. You're not wanting to be my best friend anymore.
And the light... can I do this?
You do what you want because you're a pirate now and you're a wizard.
The light in the stone giant's lantern goes out.
That's a hill giant.
It's a
Whoever's
giant.
doing
Who
the one, that's a hill
cares?
giant. Doing your best.
Actually care. Point is, one is out.
Right. Now,
Seriously now, though, what is going on with the weird giant thingy that's causing all the problems?
we know...
The onding between them has been broken, translates Harshnag.
That, but like, how did it break?
The voice booms again.
Ooh.
Anam the All-Father, the greatest of the gods, broke it, to rouse his children from their complacency.
Sam sounds like a dick. How do we kill him?
I don't think Anam's the problem.
I don't think he
Is the
is.
problem
Harshnag.
someone destroying?
Harshnag, he is a god, he cannot be killed, says the oracle. That's 4.
Right, how many questions was
That's
We've got
3.
We've got 3 more left. Okay.
You asked,
Um
love spell?
no.
You asked,
Huh?
why did this happen? You
Why did
asked,
this thing happen?
why-
And how do we kill him?
you asked the giants, you asked who broke it, and you asked,
How do we
how do we kill him? So that's 4. Love spell, what is happening, who did it,
It's happening.
and
What must be done? What do we do to stop the giants?
We stop this whole.
the voice booms. Find a magic conch of the storm giant Hecaton. Use it to visit Hecaton's court. Root out the evil there.
You find a magic crotch.
The voice booms, and the last light goes out. In the clutches of a giant lord.
Right.
and the lights go dark, and the humans
Wait.
can no longer see.
Oh, great.
I
Come
use
on.
produce flame to light my hand.
I
Please,
just
last
sit right next.
question.
What just happened?
I have questions.
We're out of questions. You wasted the first one, so we don't have it.
No, but we only
just
asked.
go to sleep and then wait for the next
You
day
asked.
to do that.
We only got up to.
We
Yeah,
asked
but then
asked 6.
was the 6th one then? Because okay, so you have my love spell question,
You asked the
my
love
mistake
spell.
question.
Yep. You
How
asked
did it happen? Who
how,
did it?
How did it happen?
it?
Or what's happening? Who did it? What must be done to stop it? Where is the conch?
That? When we asked what to do, you said the thingy of the giant. We never asked where it was.
You asked where do we find one, and you're in the circle.
Where do we find it? I asked whether you said crotch because I couldn't hear you because you cut out. So I wasn't like asking an in-character question. I was asking what you said.
I heard an in-character question. I made my mistake.
We have one.
You have one question remaining, but you don't know where the conch. It's a conch.
Out of the circle, and then I'm looking at our giant friend, and I'm going find this crazy sounding crotch thing.
I don't know. I would have assumed that the giant lords would have the conch shells.
So we'll go find the giant lords, and then we'll look for the crotch. So we have one more question left, dudes.
Well, we know about one out of the circle, just in case. We know about one giant lord, that Chief Gar, the hill giant woman talked about.
The twat who keeps stealing all the husbands. We can always attack her. I bet she knows plenty of crotches.
Do we want to know where she is? Because in Garwings we know she's in, like, what was it, Grudhaug.
Yeah.
But we don't know where that is. So can we...
A map will tell us where it is, so let's not waste this question on something we can find on a map.
We've already gone over that. It doesn't tell us where it is.
There's no harm in asking, I guess.
There's the whole lady giant thing who knows exactly where it is. We'll just go and ask her.
But she didn't return.
The giant.
There's that.
I doubt she's that hard to find.
Would you want to make this quicker for us, or drag it out?
Hoping we don't waste our last wish on questions that we can figure out without asking an oracle.
So what do you propose we should ask then?
Oh, what color do you shit? I don't know.
Oh my
Question that we can answer just by looking at a map.
Well, like I say,
Giants.
they're not going to have a giant stronghold on a regular map.
Pretty sure if we ask some more giants, because I mean they can't all be dicks. This guy's super nice, and Igor over here is super nice. So there's got to be other nice giants who willing to help us, and we just go to those giants and be like, "Hey, you want your husbands back? Tell us where this hill giant twat is, and we'll go do it." And then we find the crotch, and then problem solved. But
I would suggest that a quicker way to find that would be to ask the question. The oracle will recharge at dawn.
Let's do that.
I step into the circle and I ask, where is Chief Gar?
The voice booms, and Harshnag, actually, Iagon is going to translate this one. First, you must prove yourself. When humans barbarians came to these lands, they fought our kind and stole our relics, burying them in the ground. The humans built altars to Uthgar, their god-king, atop these relics and surrounding the altars with burial mounds. Go to these mounds, retrieve one of our lost relics, and bring them here as tribute. Do this and your path will be made clear. There are many paths you may take. The more relics you deliver, the more paths you will have to choose from.
A different giant.
Several evil giant lords stand ready to oppose you.
want to answer our question. Let's just go.
You could
The
ruin
Oracle
all
is-
of their plans by defeating just one of them. Which one? That is.
Yeah.
Which one? That remains to be seen.
Done. Really just like gives no shits. He doesn't actually want to help anybody. He just wants, like, he's gonna give us a whole grocery list of quests, and then he's gonna be like, shit, okay? So we should have just gone with my plan in the first place because it's gonna take the same amount of time. Let's go. Dick.
Right.
Dick. I mean, what kind of a dick lets a guy doesn't warn a guy that his dad's about to kill him in the first place anyway?
It's an oracle.
Igor.
It's not meant to be good or evil. It's just an oracle.
Mm-hmm.
But Igor, do you want us to hunt down your dad and murder him for you?
If you would, that'd be
kind of
nice.
Cool, we'll do that too. What did you say his name was?
Blacanthus.
Yeah, sure. Fine, Mr. Sorry, say it again.
Blagothcus. I said it right the second time, not the first.
Black Bucket too, and kill him. So... No, we can find Black Bucket and make him think that we'll let him live if he tells us where this guard chick is, and then when he tells us, we'll murder him.
But he won't necessarily know. He's a different type of giant.
Because Son is a giant, he's a giant.
But didn't John say he was a cloud giant? I don't think they're going to be.
No,
super
but if he's a giant, but he might be able to point us in the right direction. I mean, he's gonna want to save his own life anyway. And if he's wrong, well, we've avenged Igor. So sorry, Igor.
This is life, or death, as it turns out.
I'm gone anyway, so.
Death.
Well, you know.
Very quiet.
I'm already gone. I don't even know what's going on. Hi, Fentwig. Let's talk about some like good, interesting giants.
Stamps. I think.
Hold on, Igor. Where is your dad? Like, where would he be chilling?
His castle moves, and he's got no interest in going to any of the places I'd be able to point you to.
Oh, yeah! Wait for me! Where'd you guys go? God damn it!
It's just past the portal, guys. We're literally past the portal.
Through the thingy!
Thank you!
Sorry, you apparently
Listen,
got...
I'm colouring whilst I'm doing this.
You got yourself stuck in the wall.
Thanks.
One moment, where do I find that?
Where do you find that?
Harshnag. Harshnag will say to you that he knows of the locations of these burial mounds. If you give me an hour, I can draw you a map.
Well, that will be helpful, Harshnag.
Thank you, though.
Yes.
Otherwise, we'll be traipsing all over the countryside trying to find them.
I'm just gonna go lay down for a bit. I'm just gonna lean on this Stein Jack statue, just like lean on it.
Okay. At this point, you guys can take a short rest. While Harshnag draws you the map. Which also means that...
we level up again! Yay! No.
No, it does not mean that. It does mean that, Chupa, if you take your short rest and you focus on the ice rune...
I am back. What did I miss?
Everybody else left the room. Harshnag has offered to draw you a map of the burial mounds.
We're totally not wasting our time with that. I had an idea. Okay, so we know the flying giant with the penis tower, right?
Oh, for goodness.
Yeah, but we don't know where he is either.
No, but didn't he give us a way to contact him if we ever needed him again?
Nope.
I'm
Nope.
pretty sure he did.
He didn't.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can find him pretty easy. Anyway, point is, we find him, hop in his thing, and then he takes us to Black Bucket's flying castle. We attack and try and murder Black Bucket. We promise to keep him alive if he tells us where Hill Twat is, and then we murder him, and then we've avenged Igor, and then we know where Twat is, and then we don't have to go grocery shopping for an oracle who's kind of a dick anyway.
So your plan, to clarify, is to find a cloud giant where we don't know where he is, to go to a castle where we don't know where it is, and to siege said castle filled with giants.
Oh, just the one giant.
Well, we'd have to go through the entire castle to find him,
Has that stopped us before?
and then attack said like big head honcho giant to ask him a question that he may or may not know the answer to.
If he doesn't know the answer, isn't one of the head honchos supposed to have this crotch thing we're looking for anyway? He could have the crotch.
But he may not be the head honcho. We don't know if he's the head honcho. But you're telling us to siege a cloud giant stronghold, just in case.
Igor has provided us with a lot better information than the stupid oracle did. I say that we avenge his death. I mean, the poor guy.
The oracle has told us to get one item and bring it back.
He's just having us do his. No, it's one item now, and then he's gonna be like, actually, I need you to get this, and then he's gonna be like, actually, I need you to get this too, and then you need to get these 3 other
And
things.
you know this how?
Because we're in D&D.
And that's how side quests work.
In character, you know this how.
Because that's how things work. You do one nice thing for a dude, and he keeps asking you for more crap. And this oracle has already proven that he's a dick because he just let this poor Igor guy die. So,
Whoa.
like,
For all you know, Igor was a guy who kicked puppies and strangled babies, for all you know.
and because
I didn't.
You say that, Igor, but...
You notice that he's not left the room.
Hi!
I'm literally just, I'm out of here.
see, Igor, avenge your death. Because I think it kind of sucks that your dad was a dick.
My dad was a dick,
Had a dick who's a leader.
but I would follow the words of the oracle before you try to. Don't walk before you can run.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get yourself killed trying to avenge my death.
We're not going to get ourselves
It's in the
killed.
twist.
We've been killing giants for ages. I probably should not have said that. But of course, obviously, I mean, you're a completely different giant, and we'd never kill you. But my point is, if your dad is a leader, he might have the crotch thing we're looking for in the first
He
place
doesn't.
anyway, right?
He doesn't.
You hear from the other room, told you so!
How do you know?
I know what my dad had. He was not the leader of the Cloud Giants. He was trying to be. He would very much like to have been, but he was not the leader of the Cloud Giants.
Oh.
That's what he was here to try and find out how to become.
How long
Huh.
have you been dead, by the way?
A little while. Don't really know.
A little?
Well, I don't get many visitors, so it's kind of hard to
Than
tell.
a year? More than a year?
Maybe less than a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not long enough. Alright, okay. I guess we'll go find the hill and get this thing for the Oracle who's can't do his own fucking shopping.
And he's an oracle, and then the portal just kind of shuts. So you take a short rest, and during that time, Chupa, if you concentrate on the shard of the ice rune, you gain the following.
Concentrating. I'm literally just sitting there cross-legged, holding the shard of ice to my head, going concentrating.
Bob is sitting on your head.
Concentrating.
And Tanny, assuming you do the same thing with the opal of the Ild rune, you get the following. If you look in your journals, you should now see magic items.
Hi! Just out of character for a second, I just went to go get pizza, and one of my shithead neighbors has eaten my pizza.
What?
Yeah, I left the box in the fridge, just went there before. The pizza and the box are all gone. They fucking ate my pizza!
So your neighbor
else's pizza?
Your neighbor walked into your house and stole pizza from your fridge?
No, I live in like a student flat, so we all share the same kitchen, and one of them's taking my pizza.
That's just rude.
Yes, that's pizza.
I'm going to order another pizza.
Well,
Sorry, carry on.
Personally,
Don't order another pizza.
I would burn the house down.
Steal his money.
Then order another
and make
pizza.
him pay for your damn
Then order
pizza.
another pizza and wait outside.
It's money, because he ain't got no right to be stealing your food. That shit is expensive.
Yeah. I'm pissed.
Oh, wait, I got
As with anyone.
Shadix1988 points out, your neighbor stole your pizza? Goddamn!
Well, yes.
Exactly, Shattuck.
Kiki Yuku says, oh god, kill them, Queen. And Maddie says, oh, Queen, here's some virtual pizza.
Thank you. And also Kiki Yuko. It's Kiki or Yuki.
Kiki, whatever.
Kiki.
Well, I'm gonna order another pizza, and if I don't finish it, I'm gonna keep it in my fucking room.
Yeah.
Sleep on it. Just use it as a pillow now.
If you have any sort of like lockbox or anything like that, keep it in there. Safe.
Totally just like line that says, to the guy who stole my pizza, I put drugs in it.
Okay, no, one of my friends just messaged me going, hey Amy, sorry to say, but I was cleaning the kitchen and spilt your pizza on the floor, although I think it may have been off. No, it was not off! It was like a day old!
Off. It just gets better.
You should be sorting out yourself, so they shouldn't have done that. That's like kind of like...
Blatant theft.
What about the 5-second rule?
No, I mean, unless the kitchen floor was covered in chemicals because he was mopping or something.
I suppose. I spilled my pizza on the floor. It was in a fucking box. Sorry. Anyways, no more talk about pizza. I'm gonna order another one, and you guys are gonna carry on.
Maddie says that's even worse. So would the two of you who have just gained magical items like to tell the group what they do?
Okay then, I'm going to. Oh, there's a harshnag. Harshnag. Okay. I pull out the idol rune. Wondrous item, rare, requires attunement. This triangular fiery mass. Okay, so basically, ignites as an action. You can ignite an object within 10 feet of you. The object must be flammable, and the fire starts in a circle no larger than 1 foot in diameter. As fire is friend, you have resistance to cold damage. Fire tamer. As an action, you can extinguish any open flames within 10 feet of you. You choose how much fire to extinguish in that radius. Gift of flame. You can transfer the opal's magic to a non-magical item, a weapon of a suit or a suit of armor, by tracing the idol rune there with your finger. The transfer takes 8 hours of work that requires 2 items to be within 5 feet of each other. At the end, the opal is destroyed and the rune appears in red on the chosen item, which gains a benefit based on its form. Weapon. The weapon is now a common magic weapon. It deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to any types of hits. For armor, the eye is now a rare magic item that requires attunement. You have resistance to cold damage while wearing the armor. That's a really good rune.
I feel like we swapped runes because mine, okay, is obviously this shard of ice is long and slender, roughly the size of a dagger, and the ice rune glows within it. The shard has the following properties which only work while it's on your person. Frigid touch. As an action, you can touch a body of water and freeze the water in a 10-foot radius sphere around the spot you touched. Once you use this property, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest. You have resistance to fire damage.
Nice.
Icy mantle. You can touch yourself or another creature with water on your finger. The water creates an icy mantle of protection. The next time within the next minute that the target takes bludgeoning, slashing, or piercing damage, that damage is reduced to 0 and the mantle is destroyed. Once you use this property, you cannot use it again until you finish a short or long rest. As an action, you can cast Sleet Storm, spell save DC 17. Regain this ability after you finish a short or long rest. You can transfer the shard's magic to a non-magical item, a cloak or a pair of boots, by tracing the ice rune with your finger. The transfer takes 8 hours of work that requires the two items to be within 5 feet of each other. At the end, the shard is destroyed and the rune appears in blue on the chosen item, which gains a benefit based on its form. Is now a rare magic item that requires attunement. While wearing it, you have resistance to fire damage, and you have advantage on dexterity checks made while in snowy terrain.
Stealth checks in particular.
The pair of boots is now a rare magic item that requires attunement. While wearing it, you can ignore difficult terrain while walking, and you can walk on water.
That's a pretty cool one. I like that. That's good. Nice one.
Yeah.
No, but I'm gonna keep it because I like this sleet storm thing.
Yeah.
Spell I can
that's
cast.
So both of those require attunement. So they take up an attunement slot. Are you going to attune to them?
Lists or am I allowed? I think you said I could attune 2 things, right?
There are, I believe it's 3. Sean?
I think it's 3. Yeah.
I do believe you get 3 magic items that you can attune to.
Tuning to this mirror.
Okay, so you are attuned to the dagger and its benefits start coming over you.
Awesome.
So if at any point I tell you that you take fire damage, Chupa, well, you already would have halved it, but you now halve it. You don't gain that benefit.
You don't get.
You don't get double resistance, but you do still have resistance.
Mortal to fire damage. I'm a fucking tiefling.
You have the point though.
Kaelin, are you attuning to the rune?
No, I'm gonna keep as it is.
If you attune to it, you can use its properties.
I know, but it's like separate though. Why not both?
If you attune to the rune, you can use it. If you don't attune to it, you can't use its powers.
Son of a bitch.
It's basically you connect to the rune.
Okay. Can I attune it to myself?
Yeah, you attune it to yourself.
I'm gonna tune it to myself.
So this isn't using the gift of the flame ability. This is just you attune it, and then you gain the ignite, fire's friend, and fire tamer properties of it. It requires you to attune it to yourself.
Yes.
So you can now do those things. You can ignite things within 10 feet of you that are flammable. You have resistance to cold damage.
Give you permission to set me on fire.
Did someone just leave?
Or not.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff's gone AFK.
Oh shit.
Away from.
Kill him.
Hey. I get like an interesting type of like symbol on my body somewhere.
No, you just have a magic item.
I just have a magic item.
So basically with this, there is a level of magic item that requires attunement. And basically it's like you connect to the magical item.
Okay.
Hey, if she's attuned to it, can I hold it?
You can hold it, but it
Leave
won't
it
do
down.
anything.
Good. Hey, Kaylin, if you want, I have some strings of leather. I can tie it and make like a necklace so that you're wearing it and you don't have to worry about like dropping it.
Yeah, sure. I like the idea.
I wrap a leather thong carefully around the elbow and make a necklace for her to wear.
I can just get rid of the necklace I'm wearing right now and wear that one.
Maddie says
The
that
same thing.
Maddie says she's going to head off. She needs to spend some time with her mum because it's Mother's Day in Canada. She wishes us luck. Says try not to die, enjoy your pizza creeps, and adios.
Yay! Have a good day.
Have a good time with your mother.
Magical evening and day and everything else for that matter.
It's probably
My
afternoon
time
there.
is different. We have a different day on Mother's Day compared to
Yeah.
everyone else. That's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Why do we have to be so different? Huh? What are you?
Because we're special snowflakes.
Those crazy Americans.
We're just a bunch of idiots.
Because we're amazing.
We're
Yeah.
fabulous!
Uh,
I am just having
Exactly.
no luck. Who wants to do DC-based roleplay with me? Ugh.
and Harshnag draws
So-
Harshnag draws you the map that you see before you.
I just saw that and I deleted it. Just somewhere else. I don't know where I put it.
There was a map thingy. I think I lost it.
Well, I have it. So
It's
the closest ones to us are Great Worm Cavern or Raven Rock.
And petting Bob.
I like Bob.
I don't.
I
So
missed you guys.
I'm presuming all the ones with X's are the mounds, because obviously you got like
Yeah, it's
the
like
circles,
he points
the
out
circles
all the
seem
ones with
mound.
X's are the mounds themselves, and then like here are some human settlements so that you know you're in the right place.
kind of where they are. So
Yes.
yeah, so Great Worm Cavern is in the mountains. Raven Rock appears to be in the mountains. You've got Morga's Mound, Shining White, Flint Rock, Grandfather Tree, Stone Stand, One Stone, or Baruna's Well. Those are the choices we have for the areas.
Well, I say as I stroke the villain chicken. Villain cat in my villain chair, in my villain there as I drink my Villaintini.
Villaintini.
Mignon!
My martini, my villain martini, my Villaintini. Duh.
That's not very cool.
Where was I going with it?
I don't know. You were stroking Bob.
Was stroking the villain chicken, right? Okay, no. What? I think we should go wherever's closest and safest. Least amount of work.
Well, the very closest is Great Worm Cavern, but it is somewhere in the mountains of the spine of the world.
You know, I really
The
wanna-
spine of the world.
Well, that's where we are at the moment.
Okay, and does anybody know what a great worm is?
Judging by the many horrible things that could be considered worms, I dread to think.
That thing in the cafeteria
that's
kind of
what
looked like a
That's
worm,
that's kind of what I'm thinking.
which is
but
why I'm
then-
saying, does anybody know what a fucking
there
great
may be
worm
other
is?
things that also could be considered worms, but it may be that thing.
Like, this thing was horrifying. Like, what if it gets worse than that?
It-
Places are there?
There's Great Worm Cavern, which is like I said, there's Raven Rock, Morga's Mound, Shining White, Flint Rock, Grandfather Tree, Stone Stand, One Stone, and Baruna's Well.
sounds familiar. Hasn't someone else told us about that recently?
Which one?
Sound?
Possibly.
Talked about that recently.
I'm not 100% sure, but
I feel like we've heard that name before.
But yes, those are the choices we've got of where to make our way.
What was the Raven one again?
Raven Rock.
That just sounds like an anime character.
I kind of want to check out Morga's Mount because it sounds like we've heard that name before.
Well, I'm happy to go to anyone really.
We're gonna find them now.
Like a ways south of Mirabar, kind of east of Luskan, according to the map. So, if we're all in agreement, anyone?
Yes, of course.
Well, then to Morga's Mount,
Let's do it.
and I'll.
All right.
The Avengers theme, please.
You leave.
Find where else.
You leave the temple.
We do.
Harshnag says that he's going to stay here and just meditate on things and make sure it stays safe. Make sure it stays safe for your return.
Or those human assholes with dragons running around. Hey, Harshnag, can you do me a favor?
I will try.
Or that if these guys don't end up agreeing to the giant thing, I'll just go do it on my own at some point after this. Guy, he deserves revenge for being murdered by an asshole.
That's fair.
Just mention it.
You head outside into the bitter cold wind of the spine of the world.
Cold out here, isn't it?
It's a bit nippy.
Make me a perception check.
All of us?
Everybody.
Rolling perception.
I just need to open.
I've already got my thing open. That's why I can't get that open. Perception.
God.
Perception.
Oh,
That
well
was-
done, Jennifer.
No,
Just look at the ground and go, hey, do you guys see all the snow?
I have begun building a snowman.
You walk outside, and Chupa slips in some ice and goes sliding down the hill a little. And Luz just kind of runs after her to make sure she's okay. And Fenthwick starts building a snowman for some reason, because you guys have got things to do. Kaelin and Jeff, Kaelin and
We
Talon,
can make them our best friends.
you look up into the sky and see a strange vehicle hangs in the sky overhead, drifting slowly closer towards you. It looks like
Oh god.
it looks like a boat held
Oh,
aloft,
Venus?
held in the sky by a giant red balloon with sleigh runners on the bottom of the ship.
Oh guys, look at that.
A giant red balloon. A clown leans over the edge. He goes, "Hey, Georgie."
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Bye.
And as
Did
it
it face?
Flies down the hill.
as it comes overhead, it drops down two 50-foot long rope ladders.
I am apprehensive.
Oh
I'm
dear.
gonna die. I can feel it.
That it's a wooden
Don't come
boat.
now.
You know what? I won't even stop you.
Like,
Fire, I'm totally down with setting this thing on fire.
I approach the ladder cautiously.
I'm
And
just
call
going
up.
to like,
And call up, "Hello!"
Greetings.
A person on the deck of the boat looks over the edge, and they are wearing a black leather mask and black leather armor.
God, it's a bunch of gimps. Run!
They're not gimps, as you put it.
Come up here. We have business with you. We'd like to aid
Okay.
you.
Who are
Climbing up.
To put it,
Climbing a
not
rope
to be-
ladder, being thrown down to you by a bunch of dudes wearing leather, just saying, "Come up here."
to
Well,
Are you
Well,
crazy?
I'm climbing up. I'm climbing up.
oh. I turned
Tough.
to Chupa and it's like, you're a bad influence on her, and I start climbing the ladder.
I'm going
I
up.
start-
I'm not going
Stop
up.
climbing it too. Well, don't come up then!
You guys have fun. I'm gonna go.
I can't. I have to go. I'm not letting Kaylin like get horribly murdered up there on her own.
Same.
I'm serious.
She's got Luz with her. Like, scream, and I'll set
Be fine.
down to me. I'll set the thing on fire. I'll be your backup, I guess. I'm staying down here.
You know the code phrase. Climbing.
Fucking code phrase.
That's rock like a car, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you still haven't explained that to me.
We keep not getting around to it. A wheel of under.
Just be like right at the final line of this session would just be like, now, let me tell you about Rakakaka.
I'd like to see this, please.
and then the start of the next campaign. And that's what.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sit here and make little snowmen while they talk to the gimps in the ship.
So Luz, Kaelin, and Fenthwick. Jeff, does Talon go up the ladder?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, Luz, Kaelin, Talon, and Fenthwick climb up the ladders. Bob is somehow trying to form a snow chicken. It's not going great because he has wings, not hands. But he's doing her best. Damn it!
Reason
my
number
chicken.
6 why we should cook him.
And Chupa is making snow tieflings. And look.
Burning things.
Lance, I've never seen snow before. This is fantastic. I love it.
Aw.
Alright, so, what happened if I get up there?
The person who looked over the edge in the leather armor salutes to you as you get to the top. We come to you on behalf of Klauth, the great dragon of the north. Klauth offers you this vessel, and they gesture to the sky ship. Klauth offers you this vessel and our services as a gift, so that you may cross his vast domain while avoiding the many perils of the land below. War against the giants is inevitable, but the great dragon commands that you forge ahead and face your destiny. The Ornding of the giants is broken, and they are not united. Slay their leaders, and you may yet prevail. If you succeed in quelling the giant threat, Klauth bids you come to his hidden vale, so that he can reward your bravery.
It's a trap.
It's not a trap.
You're not
You kidding?
here!
Just decided to take this quest on, and all of a sudden some freaky dragon saying that he's gonna give us a whole bunch of shit if we take the quest. Like, this is so obviously a trap. I don't need to be there to know it's a trap.
Did someone speak or did the wind
What
blow?
type of jacket
I
is
think
this?
it's
Right, John, guy in the sky. Do I know this dragon?
May I ask? We don't know. What is your name?
My name?
Your name?
My name is Nizroth.
Isroth.
Is
For it.
Pardon?
Are you
He
the
broke up.
captain of this? Are you the captain of this vessel, or are you just?
I'm in command at the moment.
Israel. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay.
The captain Delsifin is asleep right now.
Zephin.
Delsifin. I'm Nisroth. That's Brassic. That's Laz. That's Oriscus.
Jesus Christ.
He point.
Okay.
There's one person who's standing watch, one person who's piloting, and one person who's doing something involving coal.
Okay. Your great dragon Klaus. Klaus, was it? Klaus?
Klauth, the great dragon of the north. Yes.
Yes. What kind of dragon is he?
Make me a history check.
Make me a history check.
You and Kalen can make history checks.
History. Watch me fail this history check.
These work. 21.
11.
Let me have a quick look and see how much is known really about Klauth. You might know him better as Old Snarl. Klauth is one of the most fearsome red dragons ever known. Kaylin, you know that.
He's a red dragon. He's cool. I repeat what the guy in the sky said, so. My dragon.
I don't know if me knowing bad things about red dragons is metagaming or not.
I know the red dragons are. I know like the metallic dragons are more good, while the blue. Because I remember like learning about this is like the blue and the red.
The chromatic dragons, blue, red, black, white, and green are evil. Usually.
Yeah, and then because my dragon I use for the draconic sorcerer is bronze, so that's good.
Good.
Ding.
But so he's offering us use of this vessel. For I presume he has something to gain from us vanquishing this issue with the giants.
We all have something to gain from the giants not being at war. They will destroy the small folks.
I suppose you're right. And I suppose well, either way, from what Harshnag and everyone else has said, there's no love between giants and dragons.
There is most definitely no love there.
So
Dragons just like letting the giants fight it out and kill each other.
But they're not killing each other, they're killing us.
You're not here.
Jumped out in the boat. This is very. Are we?
You're too bad.
I mean, this would make our jobs a lot easier.
Faintly shouting from below, "It's a trap!"
It's a trap!
How did you hear? How were you able to? Like, how did you know? How did you know that we were doing this? Like,
Yeah, how did you know we were here?
yeah, how were you aware that we were here? You know, I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, this thing was quite quiet.
Klauth
And we only
knows a
just-
great many things. He is the great dragon. There
Well,
is
again,
little
if he-
outside his realms of knowledge.
Well, then again, if he's
From the ground, Chupa screams, "Is he suggesting that the dragon's psychic? It's a trap!"
at the same time with dragon, I mean, it's been around for a while. I'm going to presume he's probably gained some sort of things that would help him in this regard, knowing where people are.
Well, this basically the thing is, Cloud is basically evil. He's chaotic evil. So, did I just hear like a gun exploded.
Bang.
Hang on.
We're just standing in front of this guy, just umming and ahhing right now. This would just make our job so much easier. Otherwise, we're flying over these mountains and traverse the ground in order to get to where we're going and back again.
Still making little snowmen.
That sounds pretty cool.
I think we go for it, as risky as it is. I mean, I'm in agreement with the lady downstairs. This is most likely a trap. But
But I
At the
don't think it's basically our best shot.
it's
I
very
mean,
it's very much in our favor to go with them at least a bit.
I'm concerned, like, how does he actually know us? How does he know us? Right, so have we made an agreement from the lady downstairs? Should we take the idea of, using this idea, help them, letting us help us, or should we just get off the boat, or should we just jump off the boat right now? And help us on the boat?
I think we take their offer of aid because
Got it.
this dragon has everything to gain from us succeeding. I don't think he's going to betray us, at least not yet.
Okay, because I think this is a good idea just to use this as a way. I mean, we need all the help we can get so far. Right, so if anyone in agreement of letting these guys in give us help, say aye.
Aye.
You.
Crickets, 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 crickets.
Yeah, I mean, Talon. The guy's basically in a daze.
Yes.
These guys want to help us. Do you think we should do it? Let them help us.
Meh. I don't know.
They're offering services of a flying ship to get us around the map.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about Luz then? Luz is off to find pizza. Actually.
I
Luz
think
is hunting pizza.
Luz is finding a pizza right now. I mean,
To be perfectly honest, Luz would do anything that Chupa doesn't want to do.
I would
so she's
certainly
probably
not
gonna-
do anything, thank you very much. I am a pristine, pure woman.
What do you think then, Luz?
So,
What, how did you...
are we
Sorry, what I
taking you
missed?
guys offer?
half of what I was saying.
Yeah, I just got back. So we're on a ship, okay.
Yeah, these guys have offered us help in getting around the world
Mm-hmm.
or around the
But
area.
basically this group is basically the followers or the followers of Cloud the Red Dragon, which basically Cloud is a bad guy, but he seemed to know what we have been doing and has given us aid to help us out and plus and basically give us transportation to get some other places. So what do you think?
Oh,
I mean, he has everything to gain from our success. So
And he did
yes.
say, which I'm kind of a little bit like, he said he will give us a reward as well if we were to sort this whole giant issue out. So
I mean, this could work to our advantage, but I guess we'd be facing the consequences later.
is there anything? I think we should be prepared anyway.
Yes,
So-
of
I
course.
mean, remain on our guard by all means, but
Yes, exactly.
Yes, of course.
Right. So we all agree to this then.
All right.
Right.
four eyes from up here.
Is Chupa still down the
Yep.
at the?
She's like,
I go overboard. Like I put myself like I go down. I'm like Chupa.
she's made like a small family. of
there's a
snow
small
people
army
now.
of snow tieflings.
Oh, they're so cute. We're all good up here. Do you want to come up?
No, we have griffins we can ride.
No, we don't.
We bought
I'll just
griffins.
take your friends.
We didn't. We never got there.
A horse, so I'm gonna take my horse, because I don't trust these guys.
We don't
trust
trust them
the-
either, but we're using them.
I trust these dudes about as much as I trust their leather breeds. So you guys can ride the flying boat, and I'll just follow you from the ground on my horse.
You do that.
Take the other horses. Then again, I just realized that Cloud is the one who basically devoured a horde of orcs.
Nom, 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 nom.
Eat my horse.
In 3034,
I'm supposed to your backup.
The green dragon Alglay Rose devoured a horde of orcs in Spine of the World Mountains.
King,
How's that for an interesting?
if I stayed below on the horse, then at least if things go bad up there, I can set the stupid thing on fire and save all your butts.
I'm gonna presume this thing moves faster than a horse.
It does move faster than a horse.
And doesn't have to worry about paths.
But if you're up on it, you can set it on fire.
Yeah, but then I'll fall.
Yeah, it'll die.
My horse, I like my horse.
Harshnag can look after it. As best he can.
I like bronze dragons. They're pretty cool looking.
She's like looking up every dragon now. We've lost Tanny.
I'm a dragon biologist, okay?
we,
I know my dragons.
we mentioned dragons. That's it.
I'm all for dragons, okay, guys?
Yeah, as am I. But yeah.
Alright,
By the way-
basically, since we're doing this, right, we only should give him as little information as possible, only giving us the direction of where we need to go, so it is best to, like, not let him give us
Yeah, don't like say what we're going to places for. Don't give it too much away.
Stay
Yeah.
close to the chest.
Got it.
Exactly.
So, we'll just tell him where we need to go, and then work it that way.
Staying on my horse, though.
Alright, that's fine. Take care! I'm just screaming down, like, take care! Let me know if you need any kind of stuff. I'll come down and say hi.
Bye.
Hmm?
Bronze dragon made it for life. What the hell? He's doing his parents. No, he's doing this.
Chug away, I presume.
I'm a funny person.
At this point, I'll call this session to a close.
Oh!
Mm.
Because
But I only just started eating my pizza.
it's 10:30 and I have work in the morning.
And I'm
Oh,
gonna have a
you
sip
get
of
your sweepy sweeps.
I need my sleepy sleeps.
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
I won't have sleepy sleeps.
Neither will I.
I'm gonna probably continue drawing anyway, so.
So, guys, we are going to be back in the week for some games. I don't know what we're going to be playing yet, but we'll play it. Actually, on Friday, I am playing Space D&D with Jeff and Scar and a couple of others.
Larry and Jim.
Isn't this weekend coming? Is it next week coming? That's the MCM.
The next weekend, we're going to be playing Tomb of Annihilation, and then the weekend after that is MCM.
Okay, cool.
So
I was
then-
kind of a little bit.
The next session that we would have for this campaign, we're not doing because it'll be Sunday night of MCM, and we'll all be very tired. Myself and
I won't be.
Queen Creeps will be very
We will
tired
be,
because we'll be at MCM. But if you're coming to MCM in London, guys, come and say hello to myself and Queen Creeps and Jeff and Scar and everybody else at the Createscape.
Not me, not Jenny, not
Hey, actually, John, that's a question. Did they ever open more tables like that text I sent you, or
They
what happened?
did.
They did on the
Right after we got the
Friday
booth.
of that week. But anyway, we will
I
be back
told you
for
to
more
wait.
games in the future.
You don't listen to me. Because I'm just a girl.
Bye,
What do
guys.
I know?
Bye.